It's a beautiful day here in the Mile High City as we welcome you to Coors Field. Ought to be a good one here between the LA Dodgers and the Colorado Rockies. It's Rockies baseball next on the show. German Marquez, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, we're going to get a chance to look at a guy that he's a little bit up and down throughout points of his career. A career ERA just over 4. When he's good, he can be really good. And when he's bad, well, let's just say he can be pretty bad at times. But it'll be interesting to see which one we see. He's a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. Hopefully he's going to be a little bit more Jekyll than Hyde.
Oh, and meanwhile, this pitch rides too far in and winds up hitting him.
Well, there's no strategic reason to hit the leadoff man that I can think of. So now he's aboard with no outs to start the game, and that's not how you want to get your outing underway on the mound.
The 3-1 takes a strike for a full count now, 3-2. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Roll, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
Coming to the plate now, Matt Beatty, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. The 3-1 pitch. And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out. So that'll bring in the National League rookie home run record holder Cody Bellinger. And a golden opportunity here to give his guys the lead with 3 men aboard. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And that one just missed outside.
Well, when the pressure starts to intensify, it often feels like the strike zone gets harder and harder to hit. This is a big spot here.
The 2-1 is a breaking ball that's taken for a ball.
He's got himself into a little bit of trouble out here. Middle of the order up in a run-scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Going to have to make some good pitches here.
Fouled away. Popped him up. Arenado is there. 1 out. The chance now for the Los Angeles Dodgers starting lineup. Danny, who stands out to you?
Well, there's not a lot of guys that can swing the bat like Jock Peterson. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. I love watching this guy hit in clutch situations. It's like he takes a deep breath and everything stops in front of him. He plays like the Zen man.
Here's Corey Seager. Previous history with German Marquez. He's just 1 for 6. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike. With 2 strikes now and a runner at first, do you go for the strikeout or you're still looking for the double play ball?
This is a great spot to be in as a pitcher. You have 2 strikes, you can bury one for a potential strikeout, and at worst, keep the ball down in the zone. You might be able to turn one pitch into an ending double play.
Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0.
Got his job done there and made it look pretty simple. Got it into the outfield to bring home the first run of the game and pick up the RBI.
The 2-2. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. So it winds up being a run on no hits, and they leave 2 men on. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. Dodgers out in front, 1-0. Hyunjin Ryu, a Korean lefty, will be the starter in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Well, Matt, he reminds me, he's the closest thing that I've seen to David Wells. You watch him throw, he's 89 to 93 miles an hour, kind of a big, loopy, overhand curveball. does have the hard slider and the changeup. A good athlete for a big guy. You'll know if he's on early. He has to get his breaking pitches over to make his fastball effective.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Line towards center field. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit. So that puts the Rockies leadoff hitter aboard to start the inning.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, the batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
Blackman on at first, nobody out. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Verdugo will settle under it to make the play for the first out, as the runner will have to head back to first. With that, here's a look at the Rockies lineup card for this one. Mark, daytime baseball at home. What do we need to know about these guys?
Yeah, Matty, a lot of professional at-bats up and down this lineup. I know they're behind right now, but it only takes one guy to set the tone and get the boys going.
Now at the plate, Nolan Arenado. First swings for him in this one, with a runner still at first and one gone. The 3-1 pitch. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. Not in time as he steals second.
Looks like they're trying to be aggressive on the base pass in order to get that run back they gave up on the top of the first. I like that, especially early in the game, so we'll see if they can drive him in now.
Slapped hard the opposite way, and that's in there. Base hit.
Boy, there's a bullet base hit right there, but you have to hold there, Dero, to make sure that gets through and isn't caught for a line drive double play.
Yeah, you have to play the game right there and respect the infield and respect the line drive. I know he wants to get a ribby, but that's the way the game is.
You're at the corners with one man out. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit it now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
Now a cut fastball, and this is over but low. It's ball 4.
He's definitely stumbled out of the starting blocks here in the first, giving up a couple of base knocks in that walk. First innings are often some of the toughest for a starting pitcher.
Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone. It's a grand slam. So he promptly unloads the bases with that one, as the Rockies have staked themselves to a 4-1 lead.
This is an example of an inning that just gets away from you. A couple of innocent hits, a walk, and the next thing you know, he's watching them all trot around the bases. You don't always see a lot of runs scored in this sport, but sometimes they can be put up in a hurry.
Standing in now, Yonder Alonso. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. 2 away. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
In now, Garrett Hansen. This is line to left. Peterson is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. I think a few of these folks need to get out of the sun. More ahead from Denver right after this. And the next up will be Alex Verdugo. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
The 1-2. Popped him up. Story is under this one, and he's got it for the first down.
All right, guys, so here's how the Colorado Rockies set up defensively. And, guys, can we lock in on the Gold Glover at third base? I've played this position. You got to do so many things. I mean, you have to have just the quickest hands, reacting on one-hop liners. You have to have the ability to take away the bunt, a la Adrian Beltre and Nolan Arenado. You better have a backhand, and not only that, you better have a strong throwing arm.
The 3-1. Fly ball out toward left center field. Desmond is after it, and a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit.
Batting ninth, the pitcher number 99.
The pitcher, Hyunjin Ryu, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here. Now a bunt attempt here. Throw not in time at first, so the pitcher tries to give himself up, but instead he gets himself a base hit.
How about it? Left fielder, Jock Peterson.
Standing in, Jock Peterson. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. And the 3-1. Skied into straightaway right. Blackman is under it, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
How about it?
At the plate, Max Munson. He drew a walk his first time up. Now the 1-1 pitch. Hit down the third baseline. Gloved by Arenado. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Dodgers strand a couple. They trail it 4-1. At the plate, Tony Walters. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Missed with the curveball there, and he falls behind it 2-1.
He might still be thrown off from that first inning, guys. He got knocked around pretty good, and that can be hard to recover from mentally sometimes.
Now the 2-1. Hit to first. Beatty right there, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Hey, let's take a look at the Dodgers on defense. And let's focus on Corey Seager. Cal Ripken Jr., anyone? This guy looks like the spitting image of Iron Man. I think he's just scratching the surface of a Hall of Fame career. Multiple MVPs, gold gloves, you name it. Corey Seager is on fire.
And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Ready now, Charlie Blackman. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Bounce to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Rockies as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Welcome back to beautiful Colorado as we're set for the top of the third in this one from Coors Field in Denver. Leading off the inning, Matt Beatty, and they'll need him to get something going here. Now here it comes. And now he'll foul this one off as well to fall behind here. No balls and 2 strikes. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going. The 1-2. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. The 1-2. This is line to left. There to take it is Desmond, and that's the first out.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem was that he pulled off it just a bit. The location was a little on the outer half, so he would have hit it even better if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball. Fastball is looked at for strike 2. A swing and a miss for out number 2, and a ball he had no chance of making contact with.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
2 balls and a strike. Line drive to left. That gets down, and the inning continues. So the 2-out base hit on the top of the inning is still alive. Now to the plate, Will Smith. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Full count, here it comes. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1 left for LA, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. With Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian with you as Trevor Story digs into the right side of the batter's box to kick off the inning. Popped him up. Seager is there for it. Makes the play, 1 away.
The batter, number 28, third baseman.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Nolan Arenado. He singled and scored in his first appearance in this one. Saw his eyes light up that time, but he swung at a bad one there.
If you're going to catch up to a high fastball like that, it's all about getting.
Play ball. 3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Rockies, number 35, Chad Adams. Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 64. Now pitching for the Rockies, number 51, Hank McGee. Now pitching for the Rockies, number 45, Jack Over. Now pitching for the Rockies, number 71, Wade Davis.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
5-2 the final today. The Rockies jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. German Marquez takes home the win. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
The final line score for the ball game this afternoon for the victorious Rockies: 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 7 went on base. For the Dodgers, 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 4 minutes. A reminder that extra post-game RTD trains on the C line to Mineral and the E line to Lincoln are available down the street at Union Station. Bus service is available outside Gate B on the corner of 22nd and Lake Street.